All right, Tim, thank you. We now want to bring in Eyewitness News and WPRI.com reporter Ted Nesi as we're tracking what to watch today. I mean, there's really a lot to talk about.
That's
but first,
for sure.
Let's talk about the voter turnout in Massachusetts. What are you hearing so far?
Well, all the predictions, Danielle, were for a record turnout, and it looks like that is going to happen in Massachusetts today. Steve Coachella of the research firm Mass Inc. reported a short time ago that if this morning's trends continue, statewide turnout in Massachusetts could hit a record of more than 2 million for a presidential primary. And the Boston papers were reporting this morning that nearly 20,000 Massachusetts voters have left the Democratic Party in recent months, and many think that's a sign they want to vote for Donald Trump.
Very, very interesting to hear that statistic. We also heard from Steph and from Tim about the final campaigning ahead of the votes today. So what should we be watching tonight when the votes are finally cast in Massachusetts?
Well, let's start on the Democratic side. So this is a very tight race, as Steph said. Polls have shown in recent days Hillary Clinton with a narrow lead over Bernie Sanders, and that's a change from earlier surveys that had Bernie Sanders ahead. That would be bad news for Sanders, and analysts widely agree he doesn't just need to win in Massachusetts today, he needs to win big, because Clinton is posting these huge margins in the South, and without a big win in Massachusetts, Sanders is going to have trouble getting enough delegates and being able to argue he could win the nomination. Then over on the Republican side, the question is just how high support for Donald Trump will go. No one doubts at this point he's going to win. I saw one Democratic strategist speculating he could get 50% of the vote in a splintered field, an amazing number, and that means there's a big fight for second place now between John Kasich and Marco Rubio. They both like to show they're the main alternative to Trump by doing relatively well in a blue state. And one place to watch tonight, Texas. Texas, as Tim said, Ted Cruz's home state. But if you don't get 20%, you don't get any delegates at all. Marco Rubio really needs to hit 20% in Texas.
Right. All right. So as we've been talking about, Massachusetts, just one of a dozen states holding a primary or a caucus today, which is why it is, of course, called Super Tuesday. What else are we watching nationally?
Well, I think we just want to keep an eye on the way a lot of primary races are going, very similar to Massachusetts. On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders really needs to do well. He got crushed in South Carolina over the weekend. If he can't do well tonight nationally, a lot of people are going to say Hillary Clinton is a lock for the nomination. And again, on the Republican side, it's all about Donald Trump. Can he win most or even all the states today? And who will be the big second place finisher to him and the alternative to Trump? Rubio, Cruz, or Kasich? It could be a great night for Trump. Could also be a disappointing one. We got to see.
And again, keyword tonight, delegates, right?
That's right. Got to watch. Keep an eye on Texas. A lot of people will be watching Texas.
All right. Going to be an interesting night. Thanks so much, Ted. We appreciate it. Polls open today in Massachusetts from 7 a.m. till 8 o'clock tonight. Now, nationwide, Alaska is going to be the last state where the polls close. That will be at midnight our time. We, of course, are going to have in-depth coverage of Super Tuesday all day, on air and online. We have the latest headlines for you, poll results, and, of course, more details on both races and the candidates at WPRI.com. We're also live streaming Super Tuesday coverage on our website, and we'll have the very latest tonight, starting live at 5.